So the easiest way, in my opinion, to generate $1,000 to $5,000 paydays online with affiliate marketing or your product, if you want to do that as well, doesn't matter. The main key point is to generate attention. And the way that we're doing this is we're not focusing just on one specific platform. And the reason for this is because we believe that if you understand the basic principle, underlying principles to generate an income online, then even if you are going to be using these different platforms as we do as well, I say we because I'm doing this with a friend called Jonas Lindgren. And, even if we are using these platforms, we're talking about YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. But the question is, what if any of these platforms disappears? Then you don't have a way of generating attention, traffic, leads, and sales. So what do we do? What do we focus on with the current platforms available? I'm going to be showing you some examples here of what we actually do. If you see here, for example, this is a post that I made earlier, a couple of days ago on Facebook. And essentially what I'm doing here, I'm just sharing essentially two things. One is what I do online and who I am. So as you can see here, I'm talking about, the moment that I was talking or writing this post, it was 2 p.m. Here in Sweden. And just a quick backstory, a little bit about myself. So this is more about who I am. I got diagnosed with something called exhaustion disorder, etc. And then I was talking about a little bit more about a system that I'm creating, which is almost done and soon to be released to the public, which is the same system that both Jonas and I have been using, which has generated $1 million online. So if you haven't gotten any kind of results like the ones that you see here on the screen, then this thing that we're doing here is, I think it can work for anyone, because what we'd like to do is we like to focus on doing something first. And when I say focusing on doing something first, is we first have to discover something that works, okay? And then we apply that thing, and with it, then we take action on that thing. And when we see results, we share those results. And that is how we start building a business, right? That is exactly how I started doing this. So you don't need to be, on camera if you don't want to do this. You can perfectly do this with different platforms where you can share posts, written posts like this one. Facebook is just one of those, but we also have, if we go to YouTube, for example, if we check my channel here, I'm going to pause this, but if we go to the community tab, you can also post here, right? Either your videos if you want to, or as you can see here, this post, you can post that on YouTube community, and you can get traction that way. This is a simple way, and we do that by focusing on two things: what we do in our business and who we are as people. You don't have to share everything in your life, but enough for people to kind of, connect with you. So that's the process that we follow. And Facebook is, of course, one of those platforms that we use. And then, of course, YouTube. And what I do is I basically follow this principle of doing first and then sharing the results after I've applied them. And one of the things that people think they need is tons of views to their videos. Some of my videos get few views, some of those more, right? And the thing is that by doing exactly this same thing, I've generated thousands of dollars. So it's more about the connection. And you can think about it this way. If just a few people, let's say 80 people, 100 people, see what you have to share. That's 80, 100 people, right? Let's say you're talking to 80 or 100 people inside a room. It's the same thing, right? It's just happening online. So if you can start taking action of, on things that works, because what I'm sharing with you here is something that works, something that I do on a daily basis. You see, I just make these posts, and one of the things that I do to generate traffic and constant new leads from Facebook, for example, is to start adding new people as friends. And there's different software that you can use to, for example, if there's people that are not interacting with you on Facebook, what you can do is you can use free software called Friend Filter. This software, they have a free option. Then, if you want to do more, you can pay for it. But essentially what this software does, it removes the people from Facebook that are not, interacting with your content. And that way you can have, new people all the time added to your Facebook profile, because there's a limit of 5,000, I think. And so you want to think about that. So if we check here, if we go to friends, essentially what I do, I add new people as friends. It's not loading right now, but you want to go to this section here and you want to add new people. And the way I do it is I go to suggestions. So suggested friends. Okay, it should appear here. But I have a VA that does this for me. So he go out and find new friends. And then the people that doesn't interact with me, well, then he removed those from my Facebook friends list, essentially. And so that way I always get new people that watches my content. Now, keep in mind that not everyone is going to see or are going to interact with your content, but they are going to see what you're posting. You can also find different groups related to make money online. If that's your niche, that's the niche that I am into. And then you can find people inside those groups as well. You don't want to message them. Some people might do that. I just like to add them, and then I post. And when they see my posts, they usually reach out to me. And you can do this in stories, on Reels, if you want to create videos as well. And then you can take that same reel and post that to YouTube, Instagram, if you want to. So you can do a combination of text and video, both long, short form content and written posts. If you just want to do one thing, do that. The key idea here is to generate attention. And when you start generating attention, then people are going to start seeing what you're posting, right? If you're consistent with this, you're going to start seeing results. And that is exactly what we do. It's not a fancy process. It's just about generating attention and hitting the main pain points of what people are looking for, right? And then, of course, give them real world value, because if you give them real value and you help them with what they need, then they are more likely to join you in whatever you are doing. Right now, together with my friend Jonas Linger, we are working on something. I'm going to be showing you that here. And what you see here, this is the system that we are building right now. It should be ready real soon. But it's a simple, proven system that pulled in $1 million plus online. And you don't have to do product creation. You don't have to create websites if you don't want to. Okay. No calls needed. You don't have to jump on calls for it to work. And right now, you can find this below in the description. You're going to find a free training, going to find a document that explains a little bit more about what we're doing. But it's also working as a waiting list for when we go live with this. So if this is something that you would like to learn and you would like to see how we're doing things, because we like to do things in a specific way, so we have the time, money, and location freedom. There are many ways to do this. this game, so to speak. But we like to do it in such a way so it adapts to our current lifestyle, because we really value freedom. So if you failed before and you haven't, gotten any results, we're going to be showing you later on in a more specific training. We're going to be recording that and sharing that with you. If you join here, we're going to be notifying you when this goes live. Okay. It should be real soon, but if you want to know more, check below in the description and you're going to find more details right now. As I mentioned, this is acting like a waiting list right now, and I'm going to be sending you more details in short. Okay. So stay tuned and I'll talk to you soon. Take care.